He thought honesty was a dead language. He thought mercy would never find someone like him. But one night, a single knock changed everything. This is the story of Harun, a name to hold the heart, a merchant whose greed and lies grew like a shadow, until he met a truth that burned brighter than his shame. It's a story about how the doors of repentance remain open, even to those who have walked far from the path. Harun was known for one thing: success. He had a shop, a caravan route, and a reputation he carefully polished. But success sat heavy on his chest. To feed it, he cut corners, a short wait here, a false seal there. When debts pressed, he lied, promised, then promised again. Each lie was a brick. He built a house of words that had no foundation. One season, a plague hit the caravan route. Harun's best driver, a quiet man named Yusuf, vanished, leaving behind a widow and 2 small children. Harun had taken many loans from Yusuf in secret, promising repayment in the grain shipments. When the caravan stopped, Harun's promises vanished with them. The widow came to his shop asking for what was owed. Harun closed the door. He convinced himself she would survive. He told himself the ledger could wait. Word spread. Customers whispered. Traders who once bowed now passed him silently. He lost more than profit. He lost places at the market, trust, friends, the warmth of a greeting. Night after night, Harun lay awake and felt the world grow colder. Yet he held to one stubborn hope: he would bargain his way back when the right moment came. Then, late one humid night, the same widow returned with her small daughter. She knocked on Harun's unlit door. He opened a crack and saw her face, tired and steady. He could have closed the door and turned the key. Instead, something in his chest cracked. He felt all those ledgers like iron chains. The woman said nothing about law or punishment. She only asked for mercy, not for herself alone, but for the children who needed bread. Harun did not speak scripts of prayer or perform grand gestures. He began small. He returned the weight he had stolen, he apologized to those he'd cheated, and he spent sleepless nights making right what he could. The market mocked at first, until his actions matched his words. It wasn't easy. Pride and fear still clung to him. But each small restitution softened him. Repentance, Harun learned, is more than giving back what you stole. It's correcting the heart that stole in the first place. He began to pray, not for reward but for guidance. He sat with the Quran, and the words that met him were not condemnation but invitation. Say to my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Quran chapter 39 verse 53. That verse became a lantern in his night. Change is tested. One day a wealthy trader offered Harun a chance to return to his old ways, a shortcut, a hidden margin, a promise that would rebuild his fortune overnight. All the old fear rose again, fear of penury, of shame, of being pushed out forever. For a heartbeat, Harun almost agreed. Then he thought of Yusuf's children, of the widow's quiet dignity, of the cold nights and the knock that had broken him. He refused. He chose the harder path. People noticed. Not because he shouted, but because they saw consistency. He gave away a portion of what he earned to feed those in need, he taught a young apprentice to measure honestly, and he opened his ledger publicly. Trust, once brittle, began to knit back together. Some forgave immediately, others took time. But Harun's life turned from taking to giving, from hiding to humility. The point of this story is not only Harun. It is for every heart that feels too stained to hope. Mercy does not ask for perfection before it opens its doors. It asks for honesty, for a turning of the heart. The Quran and the prophetic teachings invite us to hope in Allah's mercy while working to repair what we have broken. A single sincere step can begin a journey back. If you feel like Harun tonight, first, name the wrongs. Second, make a plan to repair them, return what you can, apologize where it matters, restore trust by being consistent. Third, seek forgiveness in prayer and action. Mercy is built with small stones, a returned coin, an honest day's work, a promise kept. And remember, asking forgiveness is not weakness, it is courage. Harun's ledger will never vanish, the past leaves marks. But he discovered something richer than any ledger: peace. The market learned to greet him again, Yusuf's children found the help they needed, and Harun learned to live by truth. Mercy met him not because he deserved it then, but because he chose to deserve it by changing. If you want more stories like this, stories of mercy, of hope, subscribe and join our circle. Remember, no night is so dark that dawn cannot reach it.